Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, eh? Palma, 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes. Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Maloria is open. 3-point. My goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Just posterized by
Two teams in dire need of a victory face off in the final game of today's triple header dito po sa Paco Arena sa lungsod ng Maynila. We have the Parañaque Patriots going for only their second victory of the season, going up against the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. And that's our final game for tonight. Parañaque kalaban ang Quezon City. This is the Marliga Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Ken Panglinan with Javi Palanya at courtside. We have Miss Mika Abesamis. Javi, obviously, Quezon City na lang yung may pinaglalabanan dito. No? It's gonna be tough, but they still have that outside shot of making it to the play-in.
Yeah, and Parañaque, on the other hand, they would want to try and play spoilers to that, no? So, Quezon City, they're the ones who need to show that they are the aggressors early on here. Huwag na nilang bigyan ng pagkakataon ng itong Parañaque because Parañaque, even though they've only won one game this season, this is still a team that's filled with veterans, experienced guys here in the league who can pull off an upset.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel and also live right now on Solar Sports and on pusop.com. And well, we talk about Parañaque. They're just 1 in 22 so far in their campaign. A far cry from what they did last season. These two guys though, they were the acquisitions during the free agency and trade window. Ito si Jeric Cinco and Shaq Alanes. At least, meron silang karagdagang produksyon no na naibibigay para dito sa Parañaque.
Yeah, Shaq Alanes and Jeric Cinco, these two guys are really helping Parañaque have even just a sliver of hope this season, no? Opensa, hindi naman yan masyado naging problema dahil sa dalawang player na ito. It's really been on the defensive side where they have given up a lot more mistakes this season.
And well, when we talk about nakikita natin no for Quezon City, medyo naging mahirap din ang kanilang kampanya, no? But certainly, these two guys, two former LPU Pirates, and Nino Ibanez and Greg Cunanan, there have been times that they were the best players on their team and a huge reason why at least they've had 6 wins. And against Pampanga, maganda yung pinakita nila dito.
Two combo guards who can play either guard spot. And ang maganda sa kanila, no, kay Nino at kay Greg, is they play well on both sides of the floor. Here in the last game against Pampanga, they had 22 points combined. And you expect them to try and lead once again the production offensively for Quezon City in this game.
Okay, our final game for today between the Parañaque Patriots and the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. Punta na natin si Richard Tapos for our stars.
Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Parañaque versus Quezon City live on Solar Sports. Join me in welcoming the starters. Introducing first, the Parañaque Patriots. Playing center number 30, Justin Padua. At guard number 39, Shaq Alanes. Forward number 15, Jomar Santos. Point guard number 3, Alec Elorde. And at forward number 6, Wilson Baltazar. Parañaque is led by Melky Villanueva, assisted by Joseph Abaya. The team honors, Jemal Pescara and Honorable Joan Villapuerte. And here's for the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. Forward number 11, Reggie Tautuan. Coming in at center number 12, Dave Bernabe. Shooting guard number 15, Nino Ibanez. At guard number 18, Greg Cunanan. And at forward number 19, John Rojas. The Quezon City is led by Martin Go with Jeff Perlas, assistant coaches JC Docto and Ricky Reyes, the team manager JC Tan. Our game officials are crew chief Sen
25
Manansana.
brought to you
with
by
Jacob
1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Parañaque has Shaq Alanes, Alec Elorde in the backcourt. Up front is Justin Padua, Wilson Baltasar, and Jomar Santos. Quezon City naman magsisimula para sa kanila si Greg Cunanan at Nino Ibanez, Dave Bernabe, Reggie Tautoan, and Edsel Rojas, who was acquired from Zamboanga. Our referees for this ball game are Jay Castroverde, Leonardo Layosa, and Zen Manansala. Our fourth referee is Haleric D'Amico. Quezon City in black, Parañaque in white. Tip going to the Parañaque Patriots. Naagaw agad ni Nino Ibanez, scoring the first 2 points of the ball game for the Quezon City Galleries Taipan.
Well, certainly not the way you want to start off a game. If you're Parañaque, you give up a turnover, not even a lot of seconds wasted on the shot clock.
Alanes scoring in double figures since his return. Baltasar, bola na agaw, tatakbo na naman si Nino Ibanez. Ibanez putting on the Jets, back-to-back buckets.
Turnovers will have to be minimized by Parañaque in this game, aside from the fact that they're gonna have to also get back down on defense off of misses if they want to limit Quezon City's fast break points in this game.
Dead last in terms of scoring, not even 70 points per contest. Itong Parañaque Patriots. Alanes left it short, got it back. Also a former LPU Pirate to si Shaq Alanes. As he finds Alec Elorde, who nails the free to get the first field goal para dito sa Parañaque.
And that's a welcome sign para sa kanya. Getting early playing time here, starting this game. Ito si Alec Elorde. Only played close to 9 minutes in their game against Bataan. He scored 3 points, so already with an opportunity to get well above his average and his total from the last game.
14 seconds sa shot clock nitong Quezon City. Bernabe inside, left it short. Tweety Santos, the rebound. Alanes may tangan ng bola para sa Parañaque Patriots. Binabantayan ni Greg Cunanan. Tweety Santos. Binigay kay Alec Elorde. Alec Elorde pulling up. Tautoan comes away with it for Quezon City. Edsel Rojas, entry pass intended to Dave Bernabe, and he was pushed from behind by Justin Padua. Padua called for that foul. Well, at least silver lining for Parañaque. They've scored more than 70 points in the last 4 games. That's been the biggest problem for them. But again, we're just picking spots here because it's been a tumultuous season for them. After that impressive stint last year where they barged into the South Division semifinals, but the arrows certainly pointing way down here in the 7th season.
It's pitiful for a team that did so well last year to have this kind of season this year. You would expect for them to build on that momentum from last season, but that's not what happened this year. They did come up with a more experienced team at the start of the season, and then a lot of those big-name players started to leave, transferred to other squads. Some did not even go back anymore to a different team. And now they're left with a bunch of seldom-used veterans.
Rojas floats it up and in. 9-3 start for Quezon City. 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. And we were a bit intrigued with their lineup to begin the season because those names were certainly no slouch. Carl Brian Cruz, JP Calvo, Ed Dakiwag, Alvin Capopres were part of that unit. Deo Timajo as well. But for some reason, things did not really pan out for them. And like you said, isa-isa na rin silang nawala dito sa roster nito. This is a completely different unit now that they have as they wind down the season.
And even their head coach left Parañaque. Coach Mike Sagigit has been with the Patriots ever since they started here in the league. His first opportunity to actually coach a team that's filled with really more experienced players compared to his previous squads, who mostly were composed of players na coach niya ever since they were in college.
Wilson Baltasar, Mintes, Quity Santos, offensive rebound, lost it on his way up. Babalik ang bola sa Quezon City. By the way, just want to thank the bosses of Quezon City for providing us with coffee here tonight.
Oo nga, tama. Maraming salamat po.
Inside they go. It's Nino Ibanez who committed a dribbling violation. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Wilson Baltasar. The former LPU guys here.
You're right, yeah.
Baltasar. Justin Padua fakes, drives, going right at Dave Bernabe. But Quity Santos finally, after grabbing the offensive rebound, puts it back in for Parañaque. 9-5 ang ating talaan. Approaching the halfway point of the first. Greg Cunanan to Reggie Tautoan. Tautoan stepping back. Gives it up back to Greg Cunanan, who connects on a three.
That started with a little Spain action. Tautoan setting a screen for the screener, and Dave Bernabe. Ball finding its way to the left side, and Cunanan, after the relocation, able to get open for a three-point shot.
Last game of Quezon City was way back, more than 2 weeks ago in this very same building. We covered that one, Javi, where they suffered a slow start against Pampanga and made it a bit interesting towards the midway portion before the two-time defending champions were able to pull ahead and cruise through to a win. As Baltasar, the former Pampanga Giant Lantern, knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Quezon City, they're a team that is really going to give you a lot of fight throughout the game. It's just really a reality that compared to the other teams, they don't have that much talent, not much experience either.
Three-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
But still, even despite that, lumalaban pa rin yan.
Yep.
I'm sure Coach Jeff Perlas, he knows that, and he is contented with this squad just really trying their best to give other teams, especially the best ones here in the league, all that they've got.
And I think more than anything else, apart from the wins, what Coach Jeff Perlas puts a premium on is his players playing the right way
Yes.
in each and every game, no
Tama ka
matter
dyan.
the result.
Yun ang pinaka-importante para sa kanya, lalo na that most of these guys are starting off in their professional careers. It is imperative para sa kanya. He feels responsible that he should be that guy together with the other coaches on the staff. They feel that they should make it a point to really help these guys develop into the kind of players that they deserve to be.
And it was really nice when they had that game against Bacolod because it really came full circle for him because he was coaching against one of his players when he was one of the assistant coaches for for NU under Coach Eric Altamirano, Coach Pau Havilona now with Bacolod. And those two teams play a bit similar in terms of, gaya na sinabi mo, hindi masyadong talented pero lalaban at lalaban hanggang dulo. Si Alan Mangajas coming in, gives it up to Paulo Castro, pulling up, gets 2 more points, and it's 14-9 for Quezon City. 2.5 remaining.
Castro didn't even get to play in their last game against Bataan despite the blowout. He was suited up in that game.
Yeah. And despite them not really fielding in a complete lineup, that's really odd. You certainly know the caliber that Paulo Castro has. Long-time Parañaque Patriot. Alan Mangahas pupukol sa tres, off to the right. His brother James got the offensive rebound. It will bounce out. Dave Bernabe with a rebound for Quezon City. Nino Ibanez kicks it out to Reggie Tautoan. Dump down low to Edsel Rojas with a teardrop.
One of the more underrated players here in the league, certainly at that 4 spot, itong si Edsel Rojas. Undersized as well, but hindi yan matatakot na may makipagpisikalan sa iba't ibang big men dito sa ating liga.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker every day. Karaoke.
And Parañaque has already committed a few turnovers in this game. Already with 4 giveaways to start itong Parañaque Patriots.
We have a timeout with 1:34 left. 16-9, Quezon City in front. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. QC up here by 7, but last time they were here at the Paco Arena, like we said, they were dealing with the firepower of the 2-time defending champions, Pampanga Giant Lanterns, losing that one 90-73.
And not just the firepower offensively, but really they had to deal with the lack of height or the lack of big men that could actually stand up to the various bigs of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Doon pa lang sa rebounding, italong-talo na itong Quezon City. But still, you mentioned earlier that they were able to get Pampanga a little nervous midway through that game.
They simply had no answer for Larry Buyang and Jamo Equilos in that game. Totally new unit for Quezon City. Platoon substitution here as Puray will line it up. Can't get it to fall. James Mangahas emphatically getting the rebound for Parañaque. 48 seconds remaining. Mangahas, Alan working with James. Still with the basketball, gives it up to Jeric Cinco. Cinco, sasaksak sa ilalim. The pass to Allen Papa for 2 points. Baba sa tatlong lamang ng Quezon City. Ray De La Rosa to Jordan Santa Ana, held up by Alan Mangahas. Mangahas, his first foul. 21.9 seconds left. J.K. Casino using that screen. The floater by Ray De La Rosa will not go inside. Got blocked. Parañaque a chance to tie or cut the lead to 1. Papa wants to tie it, but his shot from beyond the arc off the mark. First quarter comes to an end. And at least for Parañaque, they score on back-to-back baskets to pull to within 3. Quezon City, though, has been constantly pushing the pace in this first quarter.
A lot of transition opportunities for Quezon City in this game. They've won the rebounding battle by 1, and some 3-point shots have also been falling para sa kanila. But Parañaque showing something good here in the first quarter, only down by 3.
You saw Edsel Rojas score inside. And 16-13 ang ating talaan. Quezon City leading heading into the second quarter.
Back at the Paco Arena for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Besames. You talked about this earlier. We can obviously see the culture being built by Coach Jeff Perlas. No doubt, one of the most organized and systematic. In fact, sabi nga ni Cap JK Casino, first time niya ma-experience na with a lineup like this, 7 losses at the start of the season, pabaksak na daw dapat yun sa standings eh. But here they are, still with a play-in goal. Hindi daw sinusukuan ni Coach Jeff ang mga laban, and in fact, kahit pa play-in and playoffs na, he still did some disciplinary acts to some of his go-to guys. No Franz Diaz and Ryan Reyes today. Hindi naman daw major. He just wants to stay consistent, and I can't wait for the fruits of his labor in the next seasons. Ken and Javi.
Yun na may mahalaga, no? Maraming salamat, Mika. And well, Coach Jeff Perlas, certainly no-nonsense coach. And he went through a lot of different coaches that really molded him into the coach that he is right now. Like I said earlier, ito si Coach Eric Altamirano. Siya yung naging unang kasama niya, no, with NU. Also, she went under Coach Topex Robinson. And when he got an opportunity to finally coach itong CEU, he brought one championship to the Scorpions. And here, like Mika mentioned, they're trying to build a culture here. JK Casino, veterano na rin yan, former CEU Scorpion. But yun yung kagandahan na it doesn't matter what record they have, they've been consistent in terms of them establishing whatever they want to do for this team. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And gaya ng sinabi mo, Ken, no, they're building a culture here, and the wins don't necessarily come when you're trying to start something like that. But what's important, just like what they're doing right now, is to really put in the foundation. And you do that by doing the right things every possession, game in, game out, during practice, off the court, how you take care of your body. Diyan magsisimula yan. And that will trickle down to the future iterations of this franchise. It's important that future players will see how the current crop responds to the pressures of playing in a professional basketball league like the MPBL.
And it's also going to be interesting to see what this team will look like with Coach Jeff Perlas at the helm. Right now, it's 18-13. They lead by 5. Santa Ana gives it up to Buray. Inside they go. Another blocked shot. Buray will try to lay it in, but he was pushed while he was airborne. 2 minutes gone by in the second period. Jason Puray will choke to the line. Jason Puray, kagaya ni John Nermal, galing Kabakanlan. Negros Occidental, LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Ganyan ba lahat ng hulma ng players na galing Negros Occidental? Long, lanky, and very versatile.
6'2", long arms, can hit the free, can put it on the floor. And he's had flashes of brilliance, Javi.
Oh yeah. He's had a number of good games this season. Much like Jan Nermal, also a very elite defender. This guy has also shown us throughout the years how elite of a scorer he can be in this league. That's why it's a pity that he doesn't get that same type of playing time he once used to have.
19-15. Puray, pupukol sa 3. Mintes. Alan Mangahas in transition. Bounce pass to Jeric 5. Dire-diretso for 2 points. Naibaba nilang lamang sa 2. 19-17. Ladimo to Santa Ana. Jordan Santa Ana. Mintes. James Mangahas grabs the board. Alan to Paulo Castro. Trying to escape the defense of JK Casino. Pulls it back out to Alan Mangahas. Tightly guarded by Jason Puray. Mangahas to James. Turns it over.
Maybe one of the rare times we see both Mangahas brothers not understanding each other on a basketball play.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Pero dito, nagkaintindihan si Alan Mangas saka si Jeric Sico. Good run out and excellent bounce pass by Alan.
Quezon City still up by 2, 19-17. We'll be back after the short break. Parañaque, to say the least, got destroyed by Bataan on the home floor of the Risers, 132-83. And Coach Melky Villanueva certainly wants them to finish the stint on a high note. Parañaque officially eliminated from play-in or play-off contention, as well as teams like Bulacan and Manila. And they certainly don't want to finish at the bottom, registering only one win, and that was against Bulacan. JK Casino, bounce pass inside to Ladimo, left it short.
One of the things that he's gonna really have to work on, finishing around the basket, that is one of the basic attributes any big man has to have.
Yup, got blocked twice. Mangahas to Jeric Cinco. Castro, pupukol sa tres, off to the left. And Santa Ana will just let that ball sail out of bounds. Babalik ang bola sa panig ng Quezon City. Jerome Santos and Greg Cunanan papasok dito para kay Jordan Santa Ana at si Ladimo. Wilson Baltasar naman at Shaq Alanes nagbabalik para sa Parañaque Patriots. Cunanan will set the table for Quezon City. Jerome Santos, also former CEU Scorpion, to Ray De La Rosa. The cut by Puray. Good pass actually, but Bernabe unable to handle it.
Medyo napalakas lang siguro ng konti. And I think Dave was also pressured by the guy behind him. That's why it couldn't get through.
Good intention though. Wilson Baltasar. Trapped. Got the release pass. Ending up with James Mangahas, who can't hit the three. Paulo Castro. Second chance opportunity para sa Parañaque. Allen Papa pupukol from mid-range. Left it short. Approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. Nahulang tumulak si James Mangahas, battling down low with Dave Bernabe. Third foul against James Mangahas. He will now troop back to the bench.
And that's a big hit para sa Parañaque, especially because they only have limited big men. In fact, they only have limited players to play around with.
Ibanez, Sablay. Bola mananatili sa panig ng Quezon City. Offense has stalled down a bit for the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. And that's something that they've had problems with. There were stretches in their games where they can be competitive, but they could also hit a very long drought.
Ito namang Quezon City, yung depensa nila, it's always gonna be there. You could see them really working hard. But many times, yun nga yung nangyayari sa kanila. Kung may mga teams na yung opensa ang maging dahilan sa kanila para dumepensa ng maayos, itong Quezon City, they do not need to score to play excellent defense. They're always gonna, most of the time, get good stops. But the problem has been their shot making.
Paulo Castro. Binigay muna kay Wilson Baltasar. Between the legs. But still in front of him is Edsel Rojas. Ibanez stealing it away and able to keep it in bounds. And finally, those two connect, Jerome Santos and Dave Bernabe. Two former CU Scorpions with the connection there on that transition opportunity. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Outnumbered there was Parañaque and Quezon City taking advantage of that.
Gixer fan of the game, born for greatness. 6 ang lamang ng Quezon City, 23-17. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second period. Still a good sized crowd here. Despite the marquee teams playing in their first 2 games, yun ang may kagandahan pag nasa Paco tayo. No matter who the teams are playing, they always flock into the venue. Partida, umuulan pa sa labas.
Ayun na nga. Never a dull crowd here inside the Paco Arena. Maybe nakikita nyo dito yung side ng benches ng mga teams. Medyo mas konti yung nanonood dito sa likod.
Oo.
Halos puno.
Hindi huli sa camera eh. 23-17. Shaq Alanes spins into the paint. And he was able to draw a foul.
It's so hard to defend him most of the time dahil parang si Kevin Alas gumalaw to eh. Yung kala mo madadapa na pero yun pala very in control pa.
Oo.
Ang diferensya lang sa kanila eh kaliwete to si Shaq, si Kevin kanan.
Mas mahirap pa nga dahil kaliwete.
Mismo.
Shaq Alanes, former LPU Pirate, hitting the free throw. Both free throws actually to pull to within 4. Jerome Santos with a smooth-looking stroke.
He's always had that pretty jump shot. And I've always admired how he picks his shots. It's not a good shot right there. Forced the issue.
And this guy, if his game really develops, Dave Bernabe, that could really be a good sign para sa Quezon City moving forward.
Yeah, one of the guys who has definitely benefited from the influence of Coach Jeff Perlas from his years at college to now here in the MPBL. Dave Bernabe flourishing in this new chapter of his career in the MPBL.
See here the steal, Nino Ibanez able to nail that three from the right corner pocket. And now for Quezon City, they're in the midst of an 11-2 run. Grabbing this 11-point lead, muntik nang maagaw ni Nino Ibanez. At yun na nga ang nangyari dahil si Alec Elorde pa yung matatawagan ng foul dito.
That's the pressure defense that Coach Jeff Perlas wants to see from Quezon City, which they have shown a lot of times during the course of this season. It has given a lot of the other teams in the league problems.
Ibanez sa kabila naman, masyadong malakas. Dave Bernabe nakuha yung rebound. Edsel Rojas, short stab is good.
I'd really love to see him hit that on a consistent basis. It will make the defense have more problems with him dahil he's already such a bruiser inside. He knows how to use his body. He's so talented in recognizing the angles around the basket. He's just such a good shot creator for his size.
Was part of the ASCU Mythical 5 before while playing for St. Clair College to see Edsel Rojas. Tweety Santos airballs the free, but can certainly hit that shot. He has range.
No doubt about that.
32-19. 13 puntos ang lamang ng Quezon City. Pasa, Edsel Rojas, same spot, same result.
He's got it on automatic. He's hit 3-4 jump shots already in this game from mid-range.
Baltasar umikot, will lay it in. Pero 13 pa rin ang lamang ng Quezon City. Kunanan skips it to Jerome Santos. His three-point shot will pop out. Leaking out is Alec Elorde, who can't get that layup in. Ibanez, stop and pop jumper. Pista mo na. Ibanez. Calm, cool, and collected. 36-21 is the tally. Shaq Alanes na naman nakabingwit ng foul. He's one guy that has a penchant of drawing fouls. This is Shaq Alanes. Like you said, just the unorthodox way he knives through the lane and just finding angles to get himself in better position to get those shots up as he knocks down the first free throw.
He's such a confident player that he knows if he gets to the line, he's going to make the most of his opportunities. This is where he gets a lot of his points also.
Itong free throw na ito, hatid sa atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 66 seconds left. J.K. Casino, pasa palabas kay Jerome Santos. Manalang. Filling up the corner was Nino Ibanez, who can't connect on a three-pointer. But they get the ball back. Inside, Edsel Rojas met by a double team. And he will be called with a 3-second violation.
That double team came at the right time there, just when Rojas was about to make that spin.
35 seconds left. Parañaque trailing by 13 still. Way outside for a free. Coming up empty there was Shaq Alanes. About a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. Ibanez using those pair of screens, freeing up Manalang. Misfiring from the outside. 10 seconds left here in the first half. Alanes guarded by Casino. Both teams in penalty. Shaq Alanes gets away but can't finish. But inside, Twitty Santos just in the nick of time for the Parañaque Patriots.
Luckily, Alanes missed after another great getaway, but Twitty Santos making it good there para kay Parañaque.
Yep, point two. He was able to release that basketball. And if you're the Parañaque Patriots, you will take anything that you could get. Especially with how their season has gone so far. They trailed by 11 at the half against Quezon City, 36-25.
Masaya ako na napili ako and appreciative ako sa MPBL kasi yun nga, first time ko makapag-ranas ng All-Star sa kahit anong level of the game. Ayun, yung All-Star dito parang seryosohan din talaga. So, expect ko rin na mag-go hard din lahat. So, pero siyempre, andun pa rin yung respeto sa isa't isa. And All-Star pa rin naman siya, so sana wala rin may injury ganun. For me, expectation ko lang siyempre maging competitive game kasi yun nga, best of the best sa North, tapos best of the best sa South. So ako expectation ko lang is yung competitive game. Ayun, talagang happy lang ako na pinik nila and parang malaking opportunity to para sa akin. Ni-invite ko po kayo buong mga MPBL fans sa Laguna na manood po kayo ng All-Star Game namin. See you there po. Sa lahat ng MPBL fans, lalo na sa mga tao sa Binyan, kung wala ko yung ginagawa sa September 6, Saturday, MPBL All-Star guys, may 3-point shootout, may executive game, at saka may dunk contest. So hopefully makanood kayo guys and makakapaglaro rin ako sa MPBL All-Star. So hope to see you guys there.
Binalik na si Raymond Binuya. Binuya gets the steal. Igilos is with him and Jema is blocked! Raymond Gonzalez with a denial! Oh my! He caught him up top.
Clean block upstairs. Access denied by Raymond Gonzalez on Jemo Egilos.
Cabanag, they're speeding up the game now here, Caloocan. The kick out to Kasid. Attacks the closeout. Goes behind the back. A three from Cabanag.
Kung ako, dedepensa ako sa ganyan, talaga mapapagod ako. You saw the way they were passing the ball from one place to another even without looking at each other.
But sa absolute wizardry,
Oh,
galing
yeah.
kay Kasid, ha? Saan napunta ang bola? Sabi ni Nem de la Cruz. Nandun pala sa corner para kay Jeremy Cabanag.
Kahit ako, mapapatalon ako sa silya ko sa ganun eh.
About it. There's a double team. The steal by Adlawan. Dolan. Look out. Oh! Dolan Adlawan drops the hammer. He's been waiting for that to happen. Dolan Adlawan for our Gixer. Great move of the game. Born for greatness. The interception and then the throwdown right here.
Perfect anticipation on the passing lane by Dolan Adlawan. And I've been waiting to see this also for quite some time already.
Another good setup there for the Risers. You just couldn't knock it down, but that one's just pure handles and good finish for Kenny.
Dami niyang dinaanan doon. Roa Curva with a remarkable finish.
Ang mabigat doon, wala nakapigil.
And that was his offhand.
Yes. Right hand finish for a left hand player.
Gonzalez providing the pick. Here's a switch. Ildefonso against Igilos. Dave, shot clock winding down. Ildefonso for two! What a shot! 23 in the game para kay Dave Ildefonso. And the degree of difficulty on this shot, Javi. Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness. Absolutely unreal. Dave Ildefonso.
Jemo Egilos played the best defense he could on that play. Look at the challenge on the shot, but Ildefonso still able to make it, extending the lead back up to 13 for Abra.
Right now makes it on a layup. 4 points quickly rather para dito kay
Ooh! What a move! Escosio completes it! What a sequence for the Davao Occidental Tigers!
Man down on that move. Wow, and that between the legs by Salubre caught everyone sliding.
He wants an ISO up top. Hubert Cani gets to his spot. My goodness! Hubert Cani delivers here for Bataan.
Oh my goodness. Hubert Cani on a little one-on-one and a step back, elbow side. Looks good, goes in.
Mac Talio. Talio attacks middle.
Ooh.
Talio with a dipsy-do! We have a highlight from Mac Talio.
Well, finally, something that his highlight team could work with.
Galing kay Mac Talio. And he's loving it.
The tongue is out as well. Total battle in what kind of shot he would have taken.
Oduba with a reverse! Ang lalim ng dukot ni John Oduba and using some English for the finish right there.
Uduba certainly one of the X factors.
He took off on the other side and finished dun sa kabila.
A lot of credit, a lot of props to the Sheriff David Defonso for making that excellent dish.
Undersized compared to the other bigs, but he pretty much, to your point, looking.
Napakagandang galaw naman yon. Pinakita na naman tayo ni Mitchell Mines.
Mitch Minus never runs out of highlights here in Kamalig. Oh my goodness.
He has turned the Orion Sports Complex his personal playground.
And the Risers are loving this version of Mitch Minus.
Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness.
Mitchell Minus. Oh my goodness. Yup and under. What a move.
Paging siya ay natuwa sa kanyang sariling galaw doon. Our halftime score, 25 for the Parañaque Patriots, 36 naman para sa Quezon City Galleries Taipan. And it was pretty close up until midway in the second quarter, Javi, because just 2 points separating these two squads, 19-17. And then nagkaroon ng 11-0 run itong Quezon City. And now established their biggest lead at 15 points before those back-to-back baskets by Parañaque made this an 11-point ball game at the half.
And that run was built mostly on opportunities that were made by Quezon City due to the turnovers that they forced on Parañaque. Those 11 turnovers, the bulk of them came in that second quarter run by Quezon City, which enabled them to stretch the lead to as much as 15 points. Good thing the Patriots were able to cut it down to 11 going into the halftime break. So this is a manageable deficit that they can come back from. The question is, can they sustain that momentum coming from that second quarter?
10 points for Edsel Rojas, lone guy in double figures for either team. Third quarter underway. Shaq Alanes with 4 points. Comes away with a miss on that 3-point attempt to open the third period. Greg Cunanan. The pass inside. Dave Bernabe strong to the cup. Counted plus a foul.
Cunanan out there calling that double screen play. He goes through both of those screens and then the roll by the second screener in Bernabe.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. 13 puntos ang lamang, 38-25. 14 assists already for Quezon City. Just 4 assists para sa Parañaque Patriots. And Paulo Castro leading the way with 8 points para sa Parañaque. 38-27. This is Capasio. Kakapasok lang here in the third period. Getting that one-hander. 40-27. 13-point lead for Quezon City. Shaq Alanes kasama si Paulo Castro, Tweety Santos, Wilson Baltasar, and Justin Padua. Castro, binigay kay Wilson Baltasar, pumukol sa 3, akalog palabas. Capasio is joined by Greg Cunanan, Dave Bernabe, Edsel Rojas, and Jason Puray. Puray attacks, and Justin Padua tagged with a foul.
Not settling for that jump shot. Ito si Jason Puray, although he has that in his bag. Opted for the higher percentage shot and was able to draw that foul, changing hands in midair.
Last game against Pampanga, 16 points, 5 of 10 shooting from the field, 2 of 6 from free to go along with 5 rebounds.
Isa siya sa mga dahilan kung bakit medyo nakalapit itong Quezon City laban sa Pampanga.
21-27. 14-point lead for Quezon City. Baltasar. Capasio in front of him. Shaq Alanes. Masyado malakas yung kanyang 3. Puray. Puts his head down. Gives it up to Greg Cunanan. Mintis. Edsel Rojas sa ilalim. 2 points. Biggest lead of the ball game at 16 points. Baltasar, tightly guarded by Puray. Tweety Santos hands it off to Shaq Alanes. Santos able to recover and score underneath.
This Quezon City defense just forcing Parañaque into a lot of tight passes, which brings their tendency to commit turnovers at a high level. Good thing Parañaque was still able to get that 50-50 and get a shot off. Oh!
Sent back to the friend zone by Justin Padua was that shot attempt then by Capasio. How about that rejection by Justin Padua? But Parañaque turning the ball over once again. That's their 12th turnover. Ooh. Supalpal, inaabot ni Capasio kay Padua dun. 5 blocks for Parañaque. That's certainly a welcome sight. Edsel Rojas nakalusot. Akala niya yun yung nangyari pero nasupalpal siya galing sa likod ni Tweety Santos.
Back-to-back blocks for Parañaque, something that we don't see every time galing sa kanila.
Paulo Castro with his 10th point. Lead down to 12, 43-31. 3 minutes gone by in the third period. Capasio kicks it out. Jason Puray left open. His shot will roll out. Dave Bernabe just too strong with the basketball, and he will give himself an opportunity at the free throw line. Mixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
I see here Castro getting the step on Gabe Capasso, who was trying to close out on his shot.
Tubong Nueva Ecija, kabanatuan. Ito si Dave Bernabe. Mintis nga lang kanya unang free throw. Winning 2 championships with Centro Escolar University. Allen Papa will check in. Pakaltan muna si Justin Padua. 13 puntos pa rin ang lamang. 44-31. Jacques Alanes binigyan ng puwang, and he finally buries a free. Much to the chagrin of Coach Jeff Perlas of Quezon City.
You can't leave a shooter as good as Shaq Alanis wide open from downtown. Missed coverage. I don't know whose man that was supposed to be, but certainly one guy forgot to get their defense going on that side of the floor.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances, prompting a timeout from Coach Jeff Perlas. Special deal from MonexBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Nagbabalik po ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ken Pangilinan with Javi Palanya. Also kasama natin si Miss Mika Abisamis. 10 ang lamang. 44-34. Capasio off the screen. Fight for the rebound. A foul will be whistled. It's gonna go against Parañaque. Ready, the 14th foul against the Patriots. Dave Bernabe. Pinuntahan si Jordan Santa Ana, who spins away from Drummond and goes straight to the cup for 2 points.
Baltazar went for the gamble. Unfortunately for him, Santa Ana knew what he would do in that kind of occasion.
Alanes could not shake off the defense of Jordan Santa Ana. Allen Papa against Capasio. The pass outside. Alanes, right wing triple is good.
See, even with a hand in his face, that's not going to be a problem para kay Shaq Alanes, especially if it's the wrong hand that's up. When you're guarding a lefty, the hand that should be contesting the shot should be your right. It always should be the opposite.
And he also has that in his bag, drawing fouls. And he has gotten the better of Jordan Santa Ana in the last couple of possessions. Play of the game is brought to you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet.
Again, you see after that offense is not really going to be much of a problem. It hasn't been for Parañaque compared to their defense.
Shaq Alanes. 2 for 2 at the line. Alanes once more in double figures with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Baba sa siyam ang lamang. Capasio. He will pull up and drill in that jumper from the baseline.
He's always had that in his game, that mid-range jumper. has been a staple ng laro ni Gabe Capasso. Bata pa sa ganyan na talaga.
Castro will not convert. Baltasar tried to follow up his miss. And he will troop to the line after getting fouled.
See here, curling towards the left, the right wing there. Rather, itong si Gabe Capasso, a little one dribble and then the pull-up. That shooting hand, that runs in the blood.
Yeah. You love how he was able to get his legs under him to take that shot. Parañaque, to their credit, a lot of blocks and also perfect from the line, 8 out of 8.
At least that's two good things going for them, and they're only down by 9 points here.
Past the halfway point of the third frame, Capasso puts it on the deck, wiggles to traffic. Capasso with a big boy move underneath.
He's got a really nice quarter here in the third. Ito si Gabe Capasso, showing us the whole arsenal.
Showing us the whole arsenal. Also, Jacques Alanes drawing another foul. But here was Capasso with his move.
He was wise enough to use that little bump to separate himself from Jacques Alanes. Then that little one-hand stab to finish the play.
Man, always a talented scorer, no question. Jacques Alanes, LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
He's just rarely had some success in terms of the teams that he's played with.
Perfect pa rin from the free throw line ng Parañaque Patriots. Alanes doing most of the damage in that area. 8 out of 8 from that 15-foot line. Capasso, it will roll out. Fight for the rebound. Jason Puray, high off the glass and in.
Quezon City continues to dominate Parañaque on the glass. 34-24. Oh.
Wicked crossover leads to a layup by Paulo Castro. Castro with 12. Santa Ana with a sidestep beauty.
Really hard to tell if it's really a gather step in live view, but I think it might have been clean.
Alanes na naman nakabingwit ng foul.
So nowadays, FIBA rules allows you to have that zero step. It's kind of tricky to learn, really, especially for players who have been so used to making those 1-2 steps to the basket. To add that to your skill set is going to take quite some time. But Jordan Santana is one guy that I don't doubt could add that to his game. In fact, we've already seen it just right there on that last play.
Jacques Alanes is 10 out of 10 from the free throw line. 16 points, doing his most damage from that area. And yet Parañaque still could not break that 9-point barrier. 56-47. Ibanez short. Tatakbo dito Parañaque. Paulo Castro straight to the cup for 2 points. He has 14 markers.
Now he and Jacques Alanes combining for 30 of the 49 points for Parañaque. That's more than half of the production here by the Patriots in this game.
Sidney Mosqueda. Want to pass inside. Dave Bernabe with a one-hander, now with 11.
That middle really has been a gaping hole for the Patriots in this game that has left a lot of opportunity for guys like Dave Bernabe to score inside the paint.
Pasa palabas, James Pangajas finally drills in that three-pointer from the right corner.
First bucket of the game for the former La Salle Green Archer and only three-pointer number 4 for Parañaque sa laro na to.
Mosqueda, no look to Jordan Santa Ana. Things picking up here late in the third period.
Well, we're basically just trading baskets here. Maganda yung naging palitan dito, but that just favors Quezon City still because they've kept the lead since the first quarter.
Alanes thought he got fouled. Santa Ana, susugod, gives it up to Bernabe. His fling shot was short, but Santa Ana there for the stick back. And a free throw coming up after getting fouled.
Just not a lot of effort to grab that defensive rebound right there for Parañaque. You see here Santa Ana giving it up, the miss by Bernabe. You see 3 white shirts there versus just 1 black shirt. And yet Santa Ana, the minority, still gets to pull down that offensive rebound and put back.
Daming dinaanan nito ni Jordan Santa Ana nung college. Played for University of Santo Tomas, University of the East, and then eventually finishing his stint with Arellano University. He knew it was a miss, but he got off too soon. Ball did not hit the rim as soon as he took off, so it's a free thrower violation against Jordan Santa Ana. Yet, they're still ahead, 10 points, 62-52. Mangahas, bola na agaw ni Jordan Santa Ana. And Jordan Santa Ana with 10 points.
Earlier it was Gabe Capasso, now it's Jordan Santa Ana doing the job here in the third quarter for Quezon City.
Jeric 5, Mintis. Nasa kanya pa rin ang bola. Thought about that free, gives it up to Alec Elorde. Alan Mangahas will oblige and connects on a free, top of the key.
That ball moving around the outside. Cinco having the presence of mind to still get his own miss after that layup. And finding itong si Alan Mangahas.
Not a good foul given up by Alin Papa. More than 40 feet away from the basket. Jason Puray back at the free throw line. Puray na ipasok ang kanyang unang free throw. 65-55. Not much separating these two squads. Although, like we said, Parañaque hindi pa rin halos makalapit. The closest that they've been to was down 6. Manalang comes in. His team up now by 11, 66-55. Alan Mangahas gives it to Alec Elorde. James, this time from the left corner. Natalbog palabas. Ibanez. Basang-basa doon yung pasa niya ni Alan Mangahas. Quickly to Allen Papa. Can't finish. Jeric 5 fading away. It will bounce out. Alan Mangahas with a rebound.
Wow. The veteran still showing us some great timing on that rebound.
Na iwanang libre but can't hit the jumper from beyond the arc.
I would have jumped out of my seat if that went in.
Manalang. Man, Alan Mangahas once was a force to be reckoned with, racking up records, especially in terms of assist. OG Muntinlupa cager. Went to the finals that particular season and also was a legend in Mapua.
And doing it all with a very laid-back and comfortable personality. Doesn't even look like he's playing.
Minsan parang magtataka ako, minsan nag-freshen up pa yan bago nun maglaro eh. Di ba?
Minsan
ang bagong gising
bagong gising eh.
That's not a knock on him because he's a certified baller. Talking about si Alan Mangahas. 68-55. Pero nakikita ko, parang may medyas naman. May nakikita akong onting siwang dun sa kanyang itim na medyas eh. Alec Elorde pupukol sa 3. Mintes. 20 seconds. Nalalabi sa ating pangatlong yugto. 13 puntos ang lamang. Ibanez. Laban kay Jeric 5. Solid screen provided by Ladimo. Manalang straight away free off the mark. Still time. Mangahas. The heave. Almost. But that's gonna do it here in the third period. Parañaque certainly had their moments and they're shooting 12 out of 12 from the line. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL Elevator Hydration.
Paulo Castro going to work here for Parañaque. On the other side, Jordan Santa Ana having some good moments here in the third quarter, along with that guy from Quezon City, Gabe Capasso, who only came in that quarter, helping Quezon City maintain this lead 68-55.
Fan of the Game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. 10 minutes remaining here in this game between Parañaque and Quezon City. The flickering hopes of the Quezon City Galleries Taipan on the line for a spot at the play-in. You see the quarter scoring. The production has certainly kicked up a notch in the third period. Although Quezon City certainly has outscored Parañaque in each of the first three quarters.
The scoring really picked up in that third quarter. Maganda yung naging palitan, but that's not really the most important thing. If you're Parañaque, you would want that you score and you also limit Quezon City to limited production. Kaya lang iba yung nangyari dun sa third quarter. That's why the lead is still at 13 here for Quezon City.
Elorde pumihit, but airballs that shot. Ibanez, pasa palabas kay Ray De La Rosa, who will join the three-point shootout, but that's just a long two-pointer from Ray De La Rosa. 70-55. Mangahas, sablay galing sa labas. Alam mo, Javi, napapansin ko, si Tikbo hindi nagpapapalit to pag siyang floor director natin eh.
Actually, no?
Di ba?
Bakit kaya si Ton lagi nagpapapalit?
Si Ton lagi nagpapapalit eh. Si Tikboy, promise, never ko nakita nagpapalit.
Dahil yung battery ni Tikboy Motolite eh.
Oo.
Siguro
Hindi
yung,
tumitirik.
yung battery ni Ton hindi Motolite eh. Kung kay Ton magpalit na siya ng battery.
Ton, medyo low grade yung baterya mo Medyo palitan mo yan Napapansin namin, napapadalas yung pag-sub mo Sa basketball lang nangyayari yan Therefore, shoutout kay Ton. Siyempre, bukas makakasama ulit natin yan si kaibigang Ton, all the way from Antipolo City. 15 puntos na naman ang lamang ng Quezon City dito, 70-55. Baltasar able to drill in that jumper. 70-57. Greg Cunanan, Panalang, Nino Ibanez, Jeff Avillonar, ngayon lang pinasok here in the fourth quarter. Avillonar goes up and he will head to the line for 2 free throws.
One of the few holdovers from last season's team. Ito si Jeff Avillonar, more of the veteran guy here. Perhaps, I think he is the most veteran guy on this squad.
Badly missing the first free throw though. Medyo malamig pa. Madulas. Itong free throw na ito, din sa atin Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
It really is quite cold inside the venue right now, to be honest.
Oo nga, lamig nga ngayon Dahil ba malakas ang ulan sa labas?
Medyo mahirap rin na walang warmer ang Quezon City ngayon.
71-57. Pumasok sa loob si Jeric 5. At 2 free throws ang igagawad para dito kay 5 after getting fouled. 71-57 is the tally. Jeric 5. double digits in scoring in their last outing against Bataan. Tatalbog palabas ang kanyang unang free throw.
But in this game, only with 2 points to show for so far.
Mintis pareho. Those were actually the first 2 misses of Parañaque at the line. Yeah, 12 out of 14. De La Rosa on the other side can't hit the jumper from beyond the arc. Wilson Baltasar will bring the ball down for Parañaque. Bangahas. Binigay kay Tweety Santos. Pinuntahan si Wilson Baltasar behind the back. The Hesi, the spin, the floater. Ooh, sayang. That would have been a highlight, but instead, a turnover against Parañaque. Coach Melky Villanueva taking over. Nawala na nga si Coach Mike Sagigit. There were times with Coach Frank. There was a certain period it was Coach Steven Mopera, but now they've settled in with Coach Melky. 71-57, di nagkaintindihan si Avellar at si Ibanez. Castro letting Ibanez fly by. Doesn't get the friendly bounce. Nahuling tumulak on that rebounding battle si Ray De La Rosa. The younger brother of Rome De La Rosa, former San Pedro Red Lion. Capasio comes back in. Magkapatid ba sila ni Gwen?
Yes,
Oo, no?
there are 3 brothers. Gwen is the eldest, and then next is Mikey, who also went to Ateneo but did not play in Team A, but was a player for Ateneo's Glory B. And then you have Gabe, who played for Ateneo in high school and then went on to play for different teams in college.
Lumobo ng lamang ulit ng Quezon City. Jeff Avillar, a basket in transition. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-side air conditioners.
Almost coast to coast there. Ito si Jeff Avillar having his way towards the basket. This is sa isna ang kalamangan dito ng Quezon City.
Inaanyayan nyo po, namin po kayong mga kaliga na mapabilang sa 2025 MPBL All-Star Weekend. Sa Sabado po yan sa Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. We have our 3-point shootout, slam dunk contest, All-Star Executive Game, and the All-Star Game between the North and the South. What are you excited the most about that All-Star festivities, Javi? You've been to a couple of those already.
Actually, no. I've been to
Di ba
four na. This is gonna be the 4th.
Ayun. Sunod-sunod. Wayne Capasio. Gabe Capasio, that is.
Well, I'm certainly very excited about the whole thing, but maybe if I were to pick one event, it's certainly gonna be the All-Star Game between the North and the South, because bihira mo lang talaga makikita. That's only once a year where you could see rivals on different squads actually play with each other in one game.
And in the North, you know, the prospect of having David Defonso, Archie Concepcion, Orlan Wamar on one team, Robbie Celis. And then on the other side, you got guys like Judel Fuentes, LJ Gonzalez, Abdul Sawat, Levi Hernandez. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Rojas has been the leading scorer in this game for Quezon City. His production has been silent yet effective as Baltazar knocks down a shot there for Parañaque. Still very much a possible game to come back from for the Patriots, but again, defensively, they're going to have to step it up.
Capasio quick pass, Cunanan setting up Rai De La Rosa who lines it up for 3.
But if they allow Quezon City this much open looks, it's not gonna happen for the Patriots.
Shaq Alanes, dire-derecho, 2 more points. Plus a free throw coming up.
Individually, Alanes has built another very productive season, but if you're Shaq, don't you just hate it that you're getting your points but you're not getting any wins?
Ayun nga eh. That's the thing. 19 points, 11 of 11 shooting from the free throw line. Because no question, the talent is there for Shaq Alanes na naipasok lang no, sa lineup ng Parañaque during the trade and free agency window. Edsel Rojas pumihit. Nakasungkit ng foul laban kay Wilson Baltasar. Tautoan comes in. He will replace Gabe Capasio. Just a baseline inbound. Edsel Rojas. He has his jumper working all game tonight.
16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists para kay John Edsel Rojas.
Witty Santos. Mintis. Rojas grabbing his 7th rebound. Tautoan pulls the trigger. And Santos comes away with it for Parañaque. Wilson Baltasar strides down the lane, lays it up and in for his 13th point. And also in the All-Star game, you've got Orlan Wamar defending his 3-point shooting crown. Running for a 3rd straight award in
Yes,
that
sir.
department. Slam dunk contest naman, Joe Gomez de Leaño will defend his title, but he has a lot of challengers awaiting him.
Oh, nakakatuwa yung field of competitors ngayon sa slam dunk competition this Saturday dahil maraming mga bagong mukha makikita natin.
Yeah, like guys like Ashon Andrews, Shaq Alanes from way downtown. 22 points for Shaq. And in the 3-point shootout, guys like Philip Panyamogan, Rai De La Rosa, like we mentioned, kabilang din dyan. Si Jasper Salenga rin no? Kabilang din doon sa 3-point shootout natin.
Tama ka dyan.
Hindi si Pat Salenga, si Jasper. 84-68.
Baka maglaro sa executive game si Pat.
Si Pat, no? Pwede. Tautoan, caught stepping on the baseline. Should be a fun and exciting weekend, and maraming salamat kay Mayor Jed Alonte for hosting that one in Binyan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first time hosting the event there. 3 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Shaq Alanes wants to pile up the points more. His team down by 16 points. Who was the MVP last season in the All-Star game?
Last season,
Yeah.
oh boy, it escapes me. Wait, I'm gonna try to remember.
Hindi mo si JC? Hindi.
JC Marcelino.
Hindi ba?
Parang hindi. Hindi ako sure. Wait
Hindi
lang.
si Balti, di ba?
I-check ko.
Alam ko hindi si Balti.
Hindi si Balti.
Edsel Rojas back at the line. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. Naipasok niya ang kanyang unang free throw. 85-68.
It was Will Macaloni.
Oh, it was Will Macaloni. All right. Sixth season, di ba? Tama, Will Macaloni. Si Balti, season MVP.
Yes, Balti was season.
All-Star MVP pinag-uusapan natin. So, si si Will Macaloni. Nawin ng si Tikboy eh. Medyo 86-68. Nasabi mo, best player, si Happy. Oo nga, 15 points. Baka naman.
Hindi yun best player. Defensive player of the game yun.
Ganun ba?
May 5 steals kasi yun.
Mas matindi yun para sa akin, ha? Uy, Derek, saan ako titingin? Ha? Ayun! Oy! Magandang gabi mga kaliga. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. A special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. That's that All-Star Weekend just around the corner. 5 days from now. Nautoan for 3, no. Rebound controlled by Jerick 5. Looks like Quezon City still has a fighting chance of making it to the play-in with this impending victory. Pero mahirap kasi dito, Javi. The quality of opposition coming up for Quezon City. Man, they're running into a gauntlet of opponents. They still have Basilan. And they also have teams like Nueva Ecija, Gensan, Binyan, and also Davao Occidental.
Tama ka dyan dahil nasasabi na nga natin that going through the play-in, dadaan ka na sa butas ng karayom. But with the remaining games of Quezon City, ngayon pa lang, yun na yung dadaanan nila. So it's gonna be maybe triply hard compared to the other teams who are trying to get into the play-in because of the strength of their schedule in the remaining games.
Although with this win, they pull to within 2 games behind Pasig City. But definitely, hindi na nila hawak yung kanilang kapalaran. They would need some losses on the side of Pasig City and Bataan. May review pa tayo, ah. With 83 seconds left. This one basically a done deal. Parañaque, unfortunately for them, they will fall down to 1 and 22 with this impending loss. But Chacalanes still provided a lift here. 22 points, perfect from the line, 11 out of 11. But yeah, they are in danger of finishing this season having the worst record in the league here.
And that is such a pity because of what happened last year. Your team that with a young crew, a young core, was able to punch a ticket into the second round of your division, able to upset a team that was highly favored in Zamboanga to get through that second round, only to have this kind of season this year. I know a lot of people weren't expecting this, but it is what it is. And Parañaque, for all the lowlights that they've had this year, I do hope that next year, iba na maging kapalaran nila.
Yeah. Because that season a year ago really turned a lot of heads in terms of them surprising a lot of teams. Remember, they beat Zamboanga on the road in the first round.
At tandaan nyo mga kaliga, that was a team that featured former league MVP JC Marcelino.
Yeah, that was a talented squad that they had. And yet Parañaque was able to beat them. Nino Ibanez lays it up and in. Ibanez with 13 markers. Jerick 5, hindi pa tapos. Getting the basket plus a foul. Now here for Quezon City. Again, ang mas tinitignan nila dito no, yung magiging development ng kanilang players, their team as a whole. And Coach Jeff Perlas has stayed the course despite the wins, the losses. You've seen it on social media, how happy he is, how proud he is of the effort of his young guns. And like we said, it's going to be very interesting how this team will look next season, and they have the support of their management. Again, by the way, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakape tonight. Napakalamig ng ang panahon. Angkop na angkop para sa ating laro. Shot clock violation against Quezon City, but that's gonna be moot because they will improve to 7-19. Sorry, 7-17. While Parañaque, unfortunately, will fall down to 1-23. And nice win para dito sa Quezon City as they still try to keep in step with Bataan and Pasig for those last pay-in spots in the North Division.
Gaya ng sinabi mo kanina, Ken, this just helps improve their confidence for the remaining games. And this is a good way for them to prepare against the stiff opposition that they will go up against. Lots of important contributors for the Galleries Taipan in this game. You have Dave Bernabe and Nino Ibanez scoring in double figures. And then other guys also stepping up to the plate in Jordan Santa Ana. Gabe Capasio had a solid third quarter. And the other guys also delivering some quality minutes, but we had to give it to their top scorer in Edsel Rojas.
Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Our final score, 90-75. Quezon City winning over Parañaque. Punta na natin si Miss Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Judd, Edsel Rojas. Alam mo, hindi nyo pinayagan no, na mawala yung lamang sa inyo. Buong game, double-double ka pa. Kumusta ka pagkatapos ng larong ito?
Thankful ako kay God kasi sa binigay niyang panalo sa amin, walang na-injury both teams. Ginawa lang namin yung system na pinapagawa sa amin. Sinusunod namin yung game plan. Thankful kami kay Coach Jeff kasi kahit may pinagdaanan siya, andyan pa rin sa ensayo namin para tutukan kami.
Napag-usapan mo yung sistema, no? Sa tingin mo ba itong mga ginagawa nyo, yung pagsasama nyo as a team, ready kayo sa play-in?
Hindi pa naman may iniisip yung play-in. One game at a time lang kami. Sinasabi ni Coach Jeff na madami lang gustong good feedback sa amin kasi nga kahit kami yung pinaka-youngest team sa liga, nagkukumpit pa rin kami, tas andito kami hanggang dulo.
At gusto lang namin ipaalam sa inyo na nakikita namin lahat ng efforts na yon. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Una-una, gusto batiin yung lola ko sa Leyte, si Mamala, si Nita Beltran, si Rogelio Beltran. Gusto ko si Shaina Alabastos, ang family niya. Gusto ko rin batiin yung mga tropa dito, si Kino, si Enrico, si Joser, si Oderp, si Ivo, si RJ, at si Saint Carl. Gusto rin batiin dalawang ate namin na naghahanda ng food every morning kasi yung training namin 6 to 9 kay Ate Jeanette at Ate Banji. Sa Get D Performance, kay Coach Enzo, kay Coach Dan, kay Coach Ivan, thank you na tinutulungan nyo para makondisyon. And sa Surigao del Norte, si Lars Iscutin, tsaka yung buong family niya. And kay Carl, and tsaka kay Arlon.
Maraming salamat. Napakadaming fans ni John Edsel Rojas. His best play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet. The title sponsors the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ken and Javi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. Bukas, tutungo tayo sa Inari Center in Montalban, Rizal. 4 p.m. game between Pasig City and Marikina Shoe Masters, followed by Davao Occidental versus the Batangas City Tanduay Rom Masters. And in our main game, the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers will host the Bulacan Cuyas. And that's gonna do it for coverage tonight from the City of Manila at the Paco Arena. On behalf of Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis and our entire crew, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay at pagtangkilik sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.